We often wonder what is the right type of floor to be dancing on, what will give us longevity in our dancing years, what is most forgiving on our bodies. In my experience, hard floors that have no leeway, like cement floors, are the hardest on our bodies, because what happens is, think of it like this: when we land on the floor, the shock from the floor goes up through our legs, up our spine, right? At every point, we have something that takes the shock. If you think of your ankle, your foot is like this, then your ankle is like this, then your knee, right? Then your hip goes, then your spine starts. So your spine has 4 curves that take the shock, and then finally your head. So our mechanism is to protect our brain, correct? So there is the spine, and then our feet and our knee. So we are like a kind of like a spring, if you think about it, right? And have you seen a spring? It goes down and it absorbs shock. So our bodies inherently do absorb shock. They are made to protect us from the silly things that we do. That being said, correct technique in training will allow us to take the shock on any kind of floor. But for prolonged periods of time, if we bang our feet, I say bang because many people do bang their feet instead of tapping the feet. We need to tap the feet like a clap, not like a bang. So if we do that repeatedly on a, like say a hard cement, stone floor, or even a marble floor, it will have repercussions on our joints eventually, depending on the number of hours you spend on it. In my experience, a red oxide floor is slightly more forgiving than a hard cement floor. And even better is a sprung floor. A sprung floor is a kind of floor that people use on badminton courts or squash courts that have a layer of plank underneath, and they have a rubber. So when you jump on a sprung floor, you'll feel the floor taking the shock as well. So for practice, if you do practice on a sprung floor, then even if you end up dancing for a performance on cement or stone, the effect it has on your body, or how much of injury it will cause, is not much at all, because the majority of hours that you spend on a floor that is good for your body. So there are many solutions to this. Sometimes people put rubber mats, which are, they take the shock sometimes over cement floors. Sometimes people find different solutions to this problem. So find a solution that works for you. I know cost becomes a very big issue with respect to floors, but just see what you can do which is within the scope of your capabilities for you to be dancing on a suitable floor, because it really helps in the long run.